Ahoy pirates! Welcome back to my channel and, most importantly, welcome back to the tutorial series. Many of you have requested this video several times, but as you can imagine, a tutorial takes far longer to create than an event video. Still, I'm really happy to cover a part of the game that is very dear to me, Atlantis. In the summer of 2021, the seas of Seafight were shaken by an announcement, a questline called Road to Atlantis, featuring the unmistakable image of a submarine under construction. More questlines followed, each more demanding than the last, and finally, in September 2022, the game's biggest expansion was released. Atlantis is not just the addition of 9 maps, it is the introduction of a whole new world, a new class, submarines. Let's begin this guide and learn how to upgrade your submarine properly, and discover all the secrets and advantages it has compared to the ship. If we look at the world map, we'll notice Atlantis is nowhere to be found. That's because it exists in a different dimension, deep beneath the sea. Each safe haven includes a portal to Atlantis. If you're new to the game, you won't be able to access it immediately. The game requires you to level your ship a little before attempting Atlantis. You'll need a Poseidon's Eye, a permanent medallion that allows you to move back and forth through the portal without any cost. Last year, Seafight heavily simplified the Road to Atlantis questline, making access far easier for new players. Ballard is the NPC you must speak to in order to begin the quests and obtain Poseidon's Eye. He can be found on map 2. Coincidentally, I can show it to you because I completed the old questline back in the day and never needed to do the new one. You'll find a link with all quests in the description. We won't be completing them in this video. Once you obtain Poseidon's Eye, you can finally dive into the depths of Atlantis. This is the deep-sea safe haven, the only one currently available. Atlantis is made up of only 8 maps and 1 harbor. Compared to surface maps, they are smaller and far more visually detailed. The basics remain the same, complete quests to unlock new maps and new slots. In particular, the Torpedo Bar initially has only 1 free slot. After completing 4 questlines you will unlock them all. At present, with daily repeatable quests, it takes around 30 days to unlock everything, but it's not as bad as it sounds, and totally worth it. Once again, we won't complete the quests here, you'll find all details on the forum. Alongside torpedo slots, you'll also unlock for special abilities that we'll explore later.
The submarine class differs from ships even though the basics are similar. Some base stats change. There is no boarding value, as submarines obviously cannot board ships or other submarines. You can also equip 4 officers at the same time. There are also specific stats tied to submarine features. Let's start by checking the submarine tab. Here we find our designs and badges, exactly like with ships. The torpedo room allows you to equip launchers, the inventory on the left and the equipped ones on the right. We'll cover them last because their behavior is particular. For now, just know that you can fire torpedoes even without launchers. It's pointless, but technically possible. Under the Equipment tab we find propellers. The best ones are the Voodoo 3 Malawian Quachas, obtainable from various events or packs. You only need 4. They're the best because their Voodoo bonus applies regardless of how much Voodoo you actually have, even a single point activates it. Stealth mode, which boosts Silent Run, lasts very little and is the weakest option. Warpaints are submarine-exclusive extensions. The best in my opinion is the Mighty Swordfish, which increases speed. Since you can equip 3, you get a total of plus 120 speed. Submarines are slow, extremely slow compared to ships, so this speed boost is essential. Extensions are very simple and extremely useful. Unlike ships, where the stat system mixes absolute and relative values, submarine extensions are purely absolute. This means each extension gives exactly the stated bonus, with no hidden maths. You can mix and match freely. Since submarines are currently used mainly for farming, the best extension is Torpedo Guidance. The more you equip, the more damage you deal. Level 6 versions are hard to find, often paid or rarely available in event markets, but lower levels still work fine. I equip full Torpedo Guidance, then fill leftover slots with Gauge Meter. Extra slots can be bought on the right. They are inexpensive and important. Cores are the same as on ships. Personally, I use Amphiro cores to reduce reload time and Star Jute cores for better crits. Storage and upgrades are identical to ships. All upgrades apply to both ships and submarines. Now the crew tab. Unlike ships, where you must choose between Guardian and Sellsword, submarines have no limitations. There are 4 officers and 4 slots, and you cannot equip duplicates. The most important officer is the submarine cook, which gives impact, dodge, and speed. Officers have cross bonuses, so having all 4 gives maximum benefits. Level 2 officers are easy to get from event chests. Level 3 only appear in paid packs or event markets. But having all of them is more important than their level. Level 2 is fine. I won't cover pet and officers tabs, as they are identical to the ship. You can use the same pet across ship and submarine presets. We'll look at gem setups later. The castles. These castles are submarine exclusive and quite costly in orichalcum. If I remember correctly, you need around 800k orichalcum to fully max your submarine. I've circled the most important ones on screen. This is a PvE setup, which is the submarine's main purpose. The same applies to trophies. I'm a bit behind on those myself. The abilities aren't very expensive, and the concept is similar to that of the ship. Increasing damage and speed is the priority, but the ultimate goal is to unlock all of them. I'll leave you some charts with the most important abilities for each section circled. I won't go into too much detail because they are genuinely very easy to complete.
We can finally talk about firing. Unlike ships, submarines fire single torpedoes. The first shot releases the full salvo, up to a maximum of 6 torpedoes at once. Afterwards, torpedoes fire one by one based on reload time. A torpedo takes about 2 seconds to travel before dealing damage. With ships, damage applies instantly when firing. With submarines, the damage is applied on impact, about 2 seconds later. There is a button to toggle between continuous fire and manual fire. Choose whichever you prefer. You technically don't need launches to fire torpedoes, but launches give essential bonuses. There are 4 types: Mako, Amarax, Mombu, Zorax. Each has its own stats. Mako are the best for PvE and very strong in PvP. They hit the hardest. If you're new and must choose what to upgrade, always start with Mako. For PvP, the best are Zorax, thanks to their higher firing speed. Amarax and Mombu are mostly useless. The only reason Amarax is used is to reduce Mako reload time. Mako alone never goes below 1.65 seconds. Normally, I use 5 Mako plus 1 Amarax, although I can't show the reload difference today because of Sigma buffs. To upgrade launches you need tools. Common, uncommon, and rare, plus crafting instructions. Let's upgrade a level 0 Zorax together. To make it clay, each tinker consumes 1 tool. After 20 tinkers, you can level it up. 2 values increase, 1 decreases at random. The goal is to reach around 120 tinkers per level until reaching level 6. When it starts consuming uncommon tools, level it up to continue using common tools for longer. Once stats look good, e.g. player damage, impact, crit chance, you can continue tinkering until satisfied. Usually, 400 to 450 tinkers give a great result. Here is my new level 6 Zorax with 401 upgrades. Now let's talk torpedoes, the ammunition. Torpedoes differ not only in damage, but also by the breach they apply on impact. There are 7 breach types, each with different effects, shown on screen. I won't go into too much detail because events usually require specific torpedoes anyway, and those are the ones you'll use. PvP is different, I'll explain later. To know what breach a torpedo applies, simply hover over it. The color is listed. Exploit breaches is one of the submarine abilities. Completing Atlantis questlines unlocks all 4 abilities. Stealth, short invisibility. Sonar, removes stealth from nearby players. Decoy, blocks incoming damage for a few seconds. Exploit breaches, amplifies breach effects. Abilities require Atlantis crystals, which recharge over time.
We've covered nearly everything, so let's look at basic submarine presets. PvE setup, use the same gems as your ship. Damage, critical damage prevention, dodge special gem. 1 exploit breaches cost, not ideal, but nothing better. Use Marco launchers, 1 Amarax if you want, offensive extensions, and crit focus pet. PvP setup, gems, damage and impact prevention, dodge, use Marcos or Zorax if you have them. Mixed extensions to take less damage. Use the same pet you use for your ship's PvP build. Here torpedo choice matters. Blue, orange and green breaches can block enemy repairs and movement. Submarines used to be great in PvP, but now they aren't as competitive as ships. Harpoon setup, useful only for monsters in Atlantis. Harpoon gem, fast repair gem, extensions e-castles pet all focused on harpoon damage. To conclude, submarines can be used in Nautica and you can freely switch from ship to submarine by changing your preset. Very convenient. That really is everything. I hope I haven't missed anything important. If you've got questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. See you soon.